Good afternoon, everyone. Today, it gives me an immense pleasure to introduce CA Meet Anil Shah, the topper of All India ICAI exam, that is CA exam. He secured rank 1 in CA final. And he secured 642 out of 800. Welcome to CA Club India Meet.
Thank you.
We're very happy to have you here. First of all, hearty congratulations to you from the whole team of CA Club India.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now that you're CA, how do you feel at this moment?
First of all, more than happiness, I'm relieved that finally CA exams are done. One of the most difficult exams of my life till date is over, and not just over, but over in the best possible manner, with the best possible thing that I could imagine. So yeah, very relieved, very happy, and just glad that it is finally done.
When you got to know that you are first ranked, what was your reaction? I'm sure this is the toughest exam in the world. It's ranked the toughest exam. What was your reaction when you got to know that you're the topper and all India topper, just not topper, you're all India topper?
So first of all, it was unbelievable because for two reasons. First of all, ICA has never released results so early.
Yeah.
And secondly, it was AIR1. So initially I couldn't believe. So actually I got to know about my rank from Preeti Savla ma'am. She's a Central Council member. So she called me to congratulate me, and she started saying that I secured AIR1 and all. And obviously I couldn't believe it, and which she realized. So she did tell me that, okay, you take your time, but just congratulations. And this is the marks that you scored, and this is your rank. A very hearty congratulations and all the best for the future. Then when I started opening my results, and that is when slowly, steadily, I started to realize, okay, this has actually happened. And I started believing it. And once, before I could finally express my happiness, I could finally reflect upon it, I started getting various calls from various ICI members, Central Council members, newspapers, news channels. So to be honest, till now, I haven't been able to fully reflect on what has actually happened. I didn't get much time for myself to feel that happy and relieved. So it is a slow and steady process. The feeling is slowly sinking in.
Yeah. So were you expecting a rank? If not for rank 1, were you expecting any other rank?
So I made sure that I don't expect anything, because expecting a rank is just too much pressure on my preparation. I was just hoping that whatever efforts I put in over the 3 years, whatever efforts my mom has put in, whatever efforts my sister has put in, entire family has put in, my results are commensurate with those efforts. I was sure that I would clear, because I know that I've prepared enough and my papers were good enough. So I was sure of that I would definitely clear in one go. But I was just hoping that my marks are also good enough, and if possible, I do get a rank. But no expectations as such.
What was your parents' reaction? Were they also expecting any rank from you?
So even if they were expecting, they obviously didn't tell me, because obviously it would create a lot of pressure on me. So they might have been expecting, they might not have been expecting. But my mom, just like any other Indian mom, started with crying, obviously. She did cry a bit, Khushi ka Aasu types. Same goes for my sister as well. Usually she's also strong. But when these moments come, she's just like my mom. So even she was a bit emotional, and she also cried a bit. And obviously both of them were very happy.
Yeah. It's a precious moment, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Like you said, it is an effort of a family to, to succeed in an exam. Would you like to give any credit to any of your, some special person? Would you like to thank anybody or whatever?
Not just any credit. I think I would give 100% of my credit to my mom, my sister, and husband, my Jiju, basically. Because I might have just studied and I might have given exams, but to study, I would need food on time, which my mom ensured that she prepares my food on. For example, if I need lunch at 1 p.m., then she made sure that lunch is ready at 1 p.m. It is not very cold. It is not too hot. It is in a edible manner. My sister ensured that she keeps on motivating me whenever I had any setback. If I score any bad marks in my practice exams, if I'm not able to follow my timetable, she provided me with that moral support. So I believe I just did the part of studying and writing exams, but the main behind the curtain work, everything off stage, was done by my sister, my family, and my sister's husband, my Jiju. So I think majority of my credit should go to them only.
Oh, that's nice. So how was your study pattern? Did you follow any timetable? Did you strategize? How did you wrote like 8 papers. How did you strategize all the 8 papers, to clear it in a one go, that too with a rank?
Yes. So one thing that I did realize early during my preparation was CA final cannot be cleared, let alone with a rank, in the last 6 or 8 months preparation. It has to be over 3 years. So immediately once my articleship started, I even resumed with my classes, CA final classes. I think just 1 or 2 months after my articleship began, I started with my classes. Initially, it was just weekend classes, 6 to 7 hours over the weekend. And I made sure that I don't lose my touch with my books. Even if I'm not able to give in my 100% efforts during the initial days of my articleship, I made sure that I'm in touch with my books. At least I'm revising what has been done in the previous week. So the rhythm will be maintained, because once I lose the rhythm, it will be very difficult to get back that rhythm, maintain it, and ensure that it lasts till the last day of exam. So I just made sure that for the first 2 years, I stay in touch with my books. I keep on revising, at least even not 100% revision, but at least 50%, 40%, whatever it is. I kept on revising. And then during the last 6 to 7 months, it was 100% preparation. And of course, it has to be very planned preparation. You can't just do anything without plan. I needed to know what I have to cover, how much I have to cover, in what pattern I have to cover, what is the first subject that I want to do. In that subject, what is the first chapter that I want to do. So of course, there was a lot of planning, and it was majority of the time used to get spent in studying only, especially during the last 6 to 7 months.
So how would your day start? Like, you had some timings like 12 hours or 14 hours. What was your study hours basically?
So honestly, I realized from my mistake in inter CA that there is no point in tracking how many hours I'm studying, because if I keep track of my time, I would just keep on tracking my time. I would never be able to complete my syllabus how much ever I want to complete. So this time I made sure that I don't set my daily targets in terms of hours, but in terms of number of chapters, or rather number of concepts, number of questions. So that was my daily target. But since the portion is very vast, of course, very difficult. So I estimate that my during the last 6 to 7 months of preparation, my study hours would be around 10 to 12 hours definitely daily. And during exams, it might have reached up to 15 to 16 hours as well. So that used to my study hours. And of course, my day used to start with studying. I used to wake up, just freshen up, just have wash my face, and then I used to sit to study. And even my day used to end that way. Last thing that I would look at would be my books. So entire day, almost entire day, used to get spent in my studying only. The only time that I used to get free was during breaks, snack breaks, lunch breaks, and sleeping break. That's it. Otherwise, apart from that, there was nothing that I was doing.
So were you strategizing in a way that you were studying particular subjects in the morning and particular subjects in the evening and afternoon?
So
How
for
was it?
me, at a personal level, at least for my first preparation, I was not able to manage two subjects in a day. I wanted to ensure that whatever I'm thinking during the day, it I keep on thinking during that particular subject even during the night. I didn't want any two concepts to get mixed up, any two subjects to get mixed up in between, because obviously there are a lot of linkages between all different subjects. And unless and until I'm very thorough with one subject, I will never be able to understand the linkage with another subject. So at least for early days of my first revision, I ensure that on one particular day, I am just doing one particular subject. In fact, I used to make sure that at least for a week, and unless and until I complete the entire syllabus of that one particular subject, I don't touch any other subject. Then as and when I went on to my second and third revision, sometimes I used to add some theory subjects in the morning when I'm very fresh, and practical subjects when I'm a little tired but still excited to do those sums. So an initial first revision, just one subject each day, and for second and third revision, maybe two subjects in a day, depending on what how much I want to cover and what I'm revising.
Okay. So when you're studying, there are a lot of challenges that you face, like, the distractions like social media, then that news, this news, all those distractions. How did you overcome that? And also to be motivated always is not possible, right? So how did you overcome all these kinds of setbacks that you had while, giving your exam or during the preparation time? What was your, how did you focus on all these subjects only to master and clear it in a one go with a rank?
Yes. So my first thing that I did was staying off social media. I was not on Instagram, not on Snapchat, not on Facebook, anything. I was just over WhatsApp, and which too just on a weekly basis. After I complete one subject, then I used to check my WhatsApp if there are any important messages or if I need to communicate with someone. And that also, I was completely off WhatsApp even during the last 3 months. So if there is something important that I want to communicate to someone, or if there is some doubt that I want to ask my professors, I used to make sure that everything happens through my mom's phone. So I was completely off every social media. In fact, even I was off even from LinkedIn, everything.
Okay.
The only source that from which I used to get news about outside the world was newspapers and Google News. That's it. So I was completely off every social media, completely. And of course, there are times when I used to be demotivated, when I'm not able to follow my study pattern, I'm not able to achieve my daily targets, or I get very less marks in my practice exams. So that is the time when I used to speak to my mom, speak to my sister, speak to my family. They used to motivate me. They used to tell me, "Ke, you are not the only one who might be facing this. There might be others, everyone else who might be facing some issues somewhere or the other. You are facing issue in this thing. They might also be facing issue in any other thing. And if I keep on spending time on regretting that I'm not able to do this, I'm not able to do that, then I'm even spoiling my future study pattern." So they just told me that whatever has happened, just forget it. Just make sure that you learn something from it. And you keep on updating. If you're not able to follow your timetable, then keep on updating your timetable on a daily basis. If you think that you committed some mistake in a practice exam, learn from that mistake, try to remember it, and make sure that you don't repeat it in your next practice exam or maybe in the final exams. So that is how I used to deal with any demotivating aspect that came across my way.
That's nice. Any special incidents you would want to share with us in this 3A journey?
I think one of the major aspect during my CA final preparation would be COVID pandemic. So COVID pandemic brought me an opportunity as well as a setback. Opportunity in the sense that since there was complete lockdown across India, all the offices were closed and I was having work from home. So this ensured that I'm saving a lot of time on my commute, whether towards the office or whether towards my classes. In fact, it ensured that I don't go out and spend time with my friends unnecessarily. So it saved a lot of time, and I was able to capitalize on all those saved times, saved hours, and invested into my studies and my classes, whatever it is. But the biggest setback was everything moved online. So because of that, even my classes, even my lectures went online. And personally, I'm a person who would prefer a face-to-face classes, sitting among 50 other students and learning from the professor. Because if I'm looking at the lecture alone, looking at understanding what the professor is trying to explain, I might just have 10 doubts, 20 doubts. But when I'm studying with 50 other people, I might have 10 doubts. There will be 10 doubts from another person, more another 10 doubts. So collectively, everyone understands better, learns more. So that was a very big setback. But sooner rather than later, I realized that there is no point in regretting it because this lockdown is not going to be lifted up any sooner. And if I just regret and feel that ये काश face to face होता, काश face to face होता तो अच्छा होता, I'm just wasting even more time and affecting my preparation even more. So eventually, I just accepted the fact that okay, this is how it is going to be. The only way to cope up with this, I have to think by myself as lot as I can and give in my 200%, 300% in self-study and just deal with this online lectures itself.
Any special moments that you have during your CA journey, like articleship period or something that you want to cherish about in this journey?
So one thing that I think was a very good decision on my part was going for something very offbeat. So a lot of people go into statutory audits. So basically they do India audits or maybe into taxation, whether litigations, return filing or advisory, anything. But what I had opted for was international assurance. So in that, I was hardly doing any India audit. I was doing everything based out of US or any other country outside India, basically global audit. Now that provided me with an opportunity to learn US GAAP, which is basically US accounting standards, international accounting standards, Indian accounting standards, how US listed companies do their reporting, what are the requirements over there. And this also helped me to ensure that, so to select my paper number 6, which is an elective paper. In that also helped me to score better marks in my paper number 6, which was GFRS, Global Financial Reporting Standards. A lot of people from audit would have complete knowledge of Indies. Everyone has knowledge of Indies, but I had an added advantage that I had knowledge of Indies. I had knowledge of all international accounting standards, US accounting standards. So I think that was a very good decision. Initially, even I wasn't sure whether it was a perfect decision, whether I should have done this or not. But in hindsight, I think it was a very good decision. I got a very good exposure, which others might have received or might not have received.
That's nice. Articleship period is always called like the golden training period for the students. So do you think it is really important for a CA student to undergo this articleship training?
Yes, definitely. Circling back to just what I just said, articleship teaches you a lot of things, not just from the perspective of technicals or academics. It also teaches you time management. It teaches you how to deal with so in articleship we deal with multiple clients. In CA journey we deal with multiple subjects, managing this class and that class, managing mock test, everything. Articleship teaches you being precise with client communication. CA journey you need to be very precise with what you are writing in your exams. So definitely practical exposure is very much needed. Even if someone is not able to do fully, if someone might be thinking that just books se pad lega exam to pass ho jayega, but what about after exams? You will not be able to just move ahead in your practical life just by reading books. So practical exposure is very much needed. Just by sitting and reading books, doing studies is not going to help. It might help you clear, it might not help you clear. That is a different thing. I might not know that, but practical exposure, personally, on a personal level, it helped me a lot. It helped me understand a lot of my subjects in a better manner with much clarity. So articleship is very much needed.
Okay. What are your other interests apart from academics?
So one of my hobbies is reading books. I read mythology, mythological fictions. So two of the authors that I can think of would be Devdutt Patnaik and Amish Tripathi. In fact, Amish Tripathi's book I still carry in my bag. I read it once, twice, over and over again. So that is one thing that I do apart from my studies. Second thing, I'm also part of a Vision CA. So this is basically some few chartered accountants came together and formed this Vision CA group, where they try to bring in CA rank holders, qualified chartered accountants. Maybe they are from industry, maybe they are from CA firms, anywhere. And we also try to add in CA aspirants, whether foundation level, inter level, or final level. And we try to help them. If they have any subject specific query, we try to resolve that. If they are not able to form a proper timetable, we help with that. If they are not able to manage articleship with their study pattern, we try to basically help them in best possible manner. Whatever issues they are facing in CA journey, we try to help them with that. And third thing would be, I personally conduct test series for CA aspirants. So right now it is just restricted to people around my area. But and again, there is nothing for November 22 because I was myself swamped up with a lot of things. So if I do anything for them, then I wouldn't be able to do justice to them, giving proper time to them. So I set papers, I correct papers, I personally evaluate everything. I try to guide them where they can improve on their presentation, what is that they are missing out, even if they're getting correct answers, but still something that is missing in their solution. So I do all of that on a personal level.
That's very nice.
Yes.
What is your advice or suggestion for the candidates who are going to take exam in the next November attempt?
So first advice would be consistency. Whatever you do, make sure that you do it consistently. It shouldn't happen that Monday you are studying for 13 hours, Tuesday you are again studying for 13 hours, then Wednesday you're studying for 6 hours, and then again on Thursday you are just studying for 4 hours. Even if you're studying for 8 hours, make sure that it is 8 hours Monday to Sunday every day. Gradually you will be able to increase, and you should increase your number of hours. But whatever you do, you have to be very consistent in it. Whatever consistency is the key to clearing CA finals. And second thing would be to plan your studies. Whatever you want to do, you have to keep on planning it. Of course, initially or maybe till the last day of exam, you would not be able to follow your plan. But just connecting to that would be to keep on constantly updating your plan. In fact, I used to update my plan daily. When every Sunday I used to realize, okay, I haven't met my targets. So I had to update my plan till the very last day of exam every Sunday. Sometimes there will be days when you will have to update your plans on a daily basis as well. So consistency coupled with planning will definitely ensure that you clear your exams. Maybe with a rank, maybe not without a rank, but definitely you will be able to clear your exams.
Okay. That's a very good suggestion. I think it is very valuable for the aspirants to, clear their exams.
Yes.
So are you a member of CA Club India?
Not yet, but I think I should be a member right now, right away.
Please be a member of our platform.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much, Meet, for inspiring words. Thanks for taking out your valuable time and talking to us. It was wonderful talking to you. Wish you all the very best for your future endeavors.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.